You're watching the Atlanta Pride Parade on Peachtree TV.
Welcome back. Here we are, of course, on the 2023 Pride Parade here in downtown Atlanta, Midtown. And you can see some of the groups coming through, but we have a very special guest with us today, Stephen Igarashi-Ball. And Stephen happens to be the Director of Equity and Engagement for Pride Atlanta Pride. I always wanted to do it backwards. Tell us, why is this event so important to Pride?
Well, I think it's really important for us because the Atlanta Pride Committee is all about unity, visibility, and wellness. And I think that our parade really encompasses that. And our theme this year was to show up and show out. And I think we've seen that all day long today with the diversity of people who are here represented in the parade, so many different groups and organizations and corporations, and we're thrilled to have the support of all of them.
The surprise for me this year was seeing the 6 consuls, which we've never had before. Why is that important for people from other countries to show their support for Pride?
Sure. Well, I think first and foremost, Pride is universal, right? And so it's so important that wherever you are from, wherever you live, that you feel supported, you feel celebrated, and our work with the consulates have really helped us to spread that message.
So the crowd this year is enormous. It also appears that you have more floats and more people actually in the parade. When do you start actually planning?
Well, we start planning right now. So we are already planning for our next year. It takes a full 12 months for us to organize and put everything together. And we are thrilled with the interest and the support of the community. We're fortunate that we always go to a waiting list for the parade. And this year the parade had over 300 entries.
So I noticed how many public officials are here. Compare that to the beginning. You weren't here for the beginning because you were a baby.
We definitely have a lot more support politically, and I think that's really important because we see that we live in a very divisive political climate right now, and unfortunately the LGBTQ community is often being the target of those political attacks. So it's critical for us to see that support from our elected officials, and it's also a reminder to our community that we have a voice, and that's in our vote.
And Stephen, let me ask you this. Atlanta Pride is more than just a party. Organizers such as yourself, you've used this as a powerful platform to advocate for inclusivity, equality, especially to those vulnerable to discrimination and violence, especially the transgender community.
Exactly. I mean, the LGBTQ plus community is a marginalized community already, and we see that our trans brothers and sisters are some of the most attacked within the community. We're seeing increases in violence against the trans community, and we're seeing those political attacks, whether it's bathroom bans or bans on gender affirming care or bathroom bans, things like that. And I think it's really critical that our community unify and support everyone under the umbrella of LGBTQ.
And LGBTQ plus rights, you just mentioned this, that they're under threat. We're headed into a 2024 political season. We've seen political, those who are in politics here in the parade this year, our Congressman, John Ossoff. We also saw Raphael Warnock, Nikema Williams, our state senator, also here. Is this important for them to show up and be an ally in your fight as you head into the political season?
Sure. I mean, we love our allies, and I think it's so important. Part of our message around showing up and showing out is getting our allies to come out and be visible in their support for us. But that visibility has to extend past a parade, past the festival, and we need people fighting for us every day, which is why it's so great to see our elected officials out.
Well, Stephen, we're glad you showed up. You're showing up and showing out. This is probably the best parade I have seen so far this year. The 53rd year, you showed up and showed out.
We love to hear it.
Well, the one thing I've loved, I told you inside, Stephen, are your glasses. Ladies and gentlemen, he can remove this. Voila! I love it.
We love it too. Yes.
I love
their
it.
Pair eyewear. I'll give them a plug.
Thank you so much for being with us and for being bringing this to Atlanta.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
So now we're going to go out to our parade route again, and Rodney was having too much fun on Peachtree Street. I wonder if he's danced himself to
No, he's
death.
eating. Rodney, you're eating. I bet you're
he's
eating.
probably eating, but we're going to go to Lana now.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
I think Lana is probably keeping everyone calm. Maybe. Lana?